Welcome y'all to the whatever. What is this episode? Four?
Episode 4.
It's
Episode four of
called.
the Brown Liquor Podcast. Okay, so listen. Today we're gonna talk about a bunch of stuff, but let's just get into this mask that Amber wearing. She is alone in her home, in her room, with the door shut. She
She
feels
is
the need
safe.
to wear.
Amber,
There
tell
needs
us
to
and
be
let me
more
be great.
Ambers.
I just think people are not taking this coronavirus serious. It's
I'm
a
Period.
just more
virus.
amazed at the audio quality through that mask because folks be talking to me in the store and I don't be knowing what they saying. They be like, "Ma'am," I'm like, "I can't hear you, ma'am. I can't see your
Listen,
mouth moving."
listen. Let me explain my logic to you. What do computers have?
Viruses.
Coronavirus. That's why I gotta protect myself. I can't.
But it's your,
I can't.
I mean, when you're giving it to yourself, that's your computer, your house, your microphone, your
So
everything.
Yeah, I
you would be
don't.
the
So you
one
say, so are you
exposing
implying that
yourself.
you have coronavirus
No, ma'am. I
in
actually,
front
I
of
got a,
people?
I
It's
got a
fine.
pimple. I got a pimple.
Okay,
But
well, you
But
might as well go and take
do
it out.
you
Let
put
me
on
look at
that mask whenever you leave the house?
yes.
It ain't no good.
that
I
thing is
mean, no. I
cancer
got I got
germs.
disposable masks.
Okay, take that one off and let's look at that pimple so I can name it. Where's
It look
that?
like a Sarah.
I can't even see it. Ooh, shoot. Put it back on, girl. Never mind. We just do the show that way. Okay, so listen, y'all. Over here at Brown Liquor, we typically like to hit on the hot topics, and we like to talk about things as they are important to the brown liquor and the brown liquor, the black community. So, the buzzword has been entanglements. And so we thought at Brown Liquor it would be so important for us to just, give our spin on the entanglement drama. We really wanted to talk about it from a layered perspective, and that perspective being the importance of mental health with an extra emphasis on the importance of masculinity and how that masculinity sometimes acts as a deterrent to taking care of yourself and your mental well-being. So we're going to have a bunch of different perspectives tonight, and this show may be a little unorthodox just because we
Miss
may
Ray is
be.
unorthodox. That's why.
What does unorthodox mean, Amber? Since you trying to throw me under the bus,
Non-traditional.
ain't
There
nobody
you
It,
go,
asked you.
she
Amber.
said
I got you,
Amber.
girl.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
On the
nobody
Adon.
because
dictionary.
Amber always trying to come for
She
me.
said Amber.
Listen,
It's an
so
adjective and it's non-traditional. And I'm letting y'all know now. If y'all don't agree with me, we're gonna have some problems.
It's gonna be
I'm just
not the fifth
saying.
and final, but she said it, Amber though.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
So
Let's
with
roll
that,
right into introductions.
okay, so this is your
Be the
let me
fourth and
see.
final now, or what?
This is your um podcast.
Could you please start with the keep short
Yo,
stories?
like for real. Come on now.
I'm trying to welcome
Because you
y'all
have
to the. I'm
just because
trying
you have
to welcome y'all to the quiet storm.
Hey
Listen,
y'all,
Cindy.
I'm Adanya. It's your fifth and final. We're gonna skip over Elysia. Amber girl, what you got for us?
I love the energy you are giving me today, Adanya. Like you got my back. Okay? This is the one and only Amber. I promise you the next episode I'm not gonna have a mask on. It's just that this pimple is not letting me be great. But it's me. And then we're gonna pass it to Shalina because she matters.
I do matter, Amber. You know it is. It's your Shalina.
All right,
No,
now that we introduced
I'm
all
not
the
a fifth and final.
panelists,
I
we're
just
gonna
say a beautiful chaotic mess. That's who she is, Amber.
Thank
That's still me.
y'all.
You know.
All right, Elysia. I want to introduce our girl. Okay, Elysia is everything to us. She is like our rock. She is our Amber's glue, and we love her so much. We give her so much SHIT
I
on
think it's
these
Gorilla
on
Glue.
this
She kind of
show
wrote us a
here.
little better together than Amber's Glue. Just
Yeah,
I
that's
used to
true.
eat Elmer's glue.
actually
She like the E6000 glue,
no,
like that glue.
she's like Elmer's glue. Actually, it's kind of like
You
not good
ain't shit,
quality.
Amber.
It
You ain't
just
shit.
it
it
just
really depends on what day of the week it is.
right.
Okay, can we not do this? Can we just call this a quit? Let's
Yes,
call it
mama.
a mission because y'all, first of all, this turban hot, and I'm ready to get up out of it like a
Why
baby. Cause
why
my
you
hair was
wearing it?
smushed down on one side, and I just didn't feel
I
like
saw
putting
it
it
earlier.
down.
I ain't gonna say anything
You
though.
know what? Nobody asked you.
Gonna see if you need a
So
little gel.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip on there. I'm about to slide on through here. So for people that don't know, Jada had an affair with August
Hold on,
Alsina.
hold
It
on.
was an entanglement.
It was
It was an
entanglement.
entanglement. If you're gonna say it right, you need to use the
First
correct
of all,
language.
if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, look
It's
like a damn
entanglement.
duck, it's a
It's a
duck.
hen.
It's entanglement. That's what it
It's
is.
entangled.
It
God,
was fucked
y'all.
up, and we're gonna start off with that.
Oh, do
Okay.
your mama listen to this podcast?
Oh, mama. Oh,
Okay, so wait, let's just take it back one step. Okay, so let's give it the rundown here. Why did we feel that this was appropriate for us to talk about tonight? Because let me be very clear with the audiences. We're not the type of podcast that really wants to spend a lot of time talking about people that we don't really have affiliations with. But I think the importance of talking about it today is that while some members of the one percenters feel that, well, you shouldn't care what celebrities think and you shouldn't care what they do. They fail to realize how much of an influence they have on our youth. And the youth are what we deal with directly. So if the youth and the younger generation are who we have to come in constant contact with, then it's very much so important as to the things that you guys do that you would like to be say, oh, we want y'all to respect our private lives. Well, if it wasn't for us respecting or viewing you in any capacity, you wouldn't be who you are. So let's just be clear about that. So, with that being the case, we wanted to bring this to you with our unique perspectives because we think the link between what has happened and the backlash that has occurred for or against August Alsina, Will Smith, Jada, not so much. We think it is very important for us to discuss that and the connection to mental health and the importance of mental health.
right.
So I'm gonna let Miss Adanya take over because if y'all don't know, the fifth and final is actually a
I'm
therapist.
only counting four
Right.
people.
Okay, I'm gonna need for you to stay out. Stay in your little square. So she is
So she may be the fourth and final.
the fourth and final.
It does work.
So
It still works.
we're gonna start. We don't wanna go against tradition and forget our quotes, which is the mass crusader would deliver to us.
Oh,
Um,
thank
but
you.
then, but then after that, we gonna let Miss Fourth and Final lead. I think she would do this show some justice. So let's get this road on the show.
I think the beautiful part of doing quotes is expressing the multiple personalities that come from the quote. See, we're talking about this show being uh, August Alsina uh, having to hide behind this mask, and I'm representing him. So by the end of the
Oh,
show,
I see what you
maybe
did there.
I will
I,
come
I
off
like
the
it.
mask. Do you
Significant.
understand that? With that
Yeah.
being said, let me get a drum roll, please. Drum roll, drum roll. Don't bend. Don't water it down. Don't try to make it logical. Don't edit your own soul according to the fashion. Rather, follow your most intense obsessions mercilessly. By friends. Cap.
What I'm
Did I do,
following it? How
did
am
I
I
do the
gonna
word
follow
right?
it?
Did I do the word right?
How am I following it, Amber?
Merciless.
Leslie.
I did it. I did it right the first time.
You
I just
did it.
did
You
it
did
down
it,
the road.
sis. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Shout out to all the speech impediments.
Hey, chill out.
You just clown her. That's not cool. That's not
No,
cool.
I have one too. Do y'all not hear me
You,
stuttering? It's merciless.
Mercy.
I stutter
Look,
mercilessly.
Mercilessly.
um, Side note though, interesting story. My cousin, shout out to Trey Price.
whoop, whoop.
Um,
Hey, Trey.
hey,
she
Trey.
uh she literally
Hey,
thought I was
Trail. Trail.
she literally thought I was pretending to stutter for like 2 years. Like who does that? She finally was
People that
like,
want attention.
he was like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you so committed to this stuff? I'm like, I really can't talk.
Because when I first saw you, it looked like you had a stuttering problem.
It
Huh?
looks like she had a stutter. I'm
How
not
do
about
you
to fuck
look
with
like you have
y'all.
a stuttering problem?
I'm
Just,
not doing it. We're not
just
doing
let
that.
me
I
Ray.
didn't even
Because
get
I
me no
stutter a little
glass.
bit too, Amber, when I slow down, so
I
I'm
stutter
kind of
real bad.
offended.
No,
Okay.
you don't look like you have a stuttering problem.
What I look
Miss
like? Am
Ray
I cute?
does. Yeah, you. All y'all cute, but Miss Ray got issues.
Oh, y'all cute. That's you.
I said
That's
me,
okay
though.
though. That's okay.
You know what? Let's get back to the show. Come on, because I'm not gonna deal with
Well, I
Amber.
tried to fix my headphones, y'all.
The
Y'all,
Because I
lip
was
up.
looking at Alicia and I was like, let me fix my headphones. Anywho, so I want to make sure, and I want to do this quick disclaimer before we get on here and get into our own perspectives. Mental health is so important. And I think people are really, what did I say the other day? People are accessorizing mental illnesses. People are using a mental illness as a damn ring on your finger. Like, oh, okay, today I don't feel good. I'm going to slap my depression face on and call it a day. Most people that, would you say, love?
the attention, like it brings a certain amount of attention when you say, "Oh, I battle depression or I have severe anxiety." That's keep going.
Or what do people like to say? I have functioning anxiety. People love saying this.
High
They say
functioning
high functioning
High
anxiety.
functioning.
anxiety.
That's what it is. That's what it is. They
But
love
some of
saying
us
it.
been diagnosed with high functioning anxiety, and
Some of us have. Some of us have legit diagnoses of mental
Mhm.
illnesses. What I'm addressing more so is people who are accessorizing mental illnesses. Like there's nothing wrong with you. You're malingering. You just want attention and you want to have a reason to act the way you're acting. So you're gonna slap some depression on it. Just like Jada want to have a reasoning for doing some fucked up ass shit, so she want to slap a damn healing process on it.
Oh,
Okay,
that
Just
was
like
good.
Jamal.
I was okay. I was getting a little nervous because I was like, damn, August Alsina do got depression, but you talking about Jada?
I'm
Jada
talking
slap.
about Jada right now. I
Okay,
just want to let everybody know I do not agree with anything she did. I don't think that that's okay. I feel that she is very damaged herself. You have to be some very, very, very screwed up individual to justify what you did and to think it's all okay.
well, it's
Now,
important to before we even dive into this to understand that there are some people like Jada who accessorize mental illness versus people like August Alsina who actually are
those
going
people are
through
called
something.
predators.
Right,
Predators. Let's call it what it is.
right, but
And predator in the sense of the hunt and the prey on
Yes.
the weaker of the two or the weaker in the situation.
right,
And it also when you accessorize mental illness, you also take away from those that are really struggling
right,
because now that everybody has depression, when someone's online and they're really trying to display a cry for help, because let's just be real, social media has turned into our living rooms, our bedrooms, our bathrooms, and
Right.
everything in
Right.
between. So people do come and they do turn to social media and they express things that us, the older people, now we have a luxury because we're older and
oh, y'all old, not me.
first of all,
First of all, Amber.
first of all, listen, but we grew up before we were around before social media really took off. So
Right.
we kind of have some things that we would put on social media. Certain things we not gonna say on social media. But my kids, when I was teaching, they'd be like, "Oh, snap me," and I'm just like, "Why y'all just can't send a text though?" And so that's all they know is social media. So that is in essence their living room, their space to um go through and process all these things that they're feeling. So when we have people that are actually on social media that are expressing this hardship or expressing something they're going through, they quickly get laughed at or considered to be clout chasers.
Especially men. Like let's
Yes,
go ahead and
yes,
transition that into it. Especially men. Men are not really given the platform or the opportunity to express what they go through mentally because
yeah,
it's perceived as weak.
right.
Vulnerability in men is weakness. Actually, I take that back. Vulnerability in some people like myself is weakness. I call it like it is. We as we're transpiring. People were really, really dragging August, saying that he's a bitch and he should have took that to his grave and he trying to break up a happy home and so on and so forth. No, that man is trying to heal himself. He is trying to process what he went through, process the fact that he's in love with somebody that does not want to be with him, that does not love him in the way that he loves her. Man say he'll take a bullet for her and she call him an entanglement.
He
Okay,
entangles with her.
let's be clear.
Some crumbled up headphones.
I'm not. Why they do that though? Like The internet is so
Cause
Let
you
me
know
say
undefeated.
how
that's social
hard it is
media
to
for you
answer.
though. They've been clowning everybody though. Will, Jada,
But
and
nobody
Jen.
is clowning Jada.
I mean,
I mean,
come
no, no,
on
no, no,
now.
no. They're not. They're not really clowning her. They kind of
They
glorify her
are they
as
are
compared
holding her
to.
up. They are congratulating her. Like,
They called her the male future. I mean, the female future.
and
I mean, it is what it
honestly, I
is
don't
though.
think that shit's cute either. Somebody call me that, I'm offended.
I don't
Well,
know
Real
well,
deal.
because
I don't want
I'm
to. I
not
don't
my
want.
future.
Let's start right here. Okay, let me ask you guys a question.
Come on.
So we early in the show we talked about the predator versus the prey mentality, and
Mm-hmm.
obviously in this situation we're thinking, um, obviously Alcina is the prey, while Jada is the predator. Can you talk a little bit about both sides of that fence? So as far as being a prey, like what does that look like in our world today, and kind of as it relates to like
Ooh.
relationships? You know, like I don't know what I'm really trying to ask, but what I
I
really want.
understand
I
what
got
you're
you.
saying. Like I get you. That's a deep question. Like
So
that's
let's talk
that's
about
a
the
question.
importance of it, because obviously that's an imbalance, you know, and it's
Right.
just like how do you? Okay, well let's start right here. So do you think? Let me ask this question. Let's start basic level. Do you think Jada was wrong for uh enter getting in an entanglement with August Alsina? And what do you think?
Absolutely.
What do you
I
think?
disagree.
What do you
You
think?
$1,000%.
Wait, whoa,
see,
whoa,
and you
whoa,
about
whoa,
to
whoa.
get hung
Listen,
up on.
hold
You
on.
can hang up. Just
Let me
don't
get
call
the
back.
question out. Let me get the question out. Do you think? Do you think Jada was wrong, and what was her intentions based off the interview that we saw when she was getting in an entanglement with August Alsina? And I'm gonna let Shalina go first because she was
That's
like,
1,000%. I
Why?
agree. She was wrong.
but
Can I
That's
get a
You talking about
wrong
the
for
12-minute interview?
5,000
Because
mil?
clearly that's the only one I saw, and I
I
don't
did.
really.
well, no, hold on. If we want to be honest now, this goes back to a couple years when Jada first said that August Alsina was just her son,
Her son.
Oh, well,
and
I don't
Hey,
know anything about that because again,
but
I
Okay,
don't.
Selena, well, just
let's
speak on your
pause
part.
then.
What's your point of view?
But
Let
I
Selena
honestly don't.
talk,
I
servant.
don't think she was wrong. Again, too, like I said, man, come on. He knew what he was getting himself into. If you ask me, again, that's an older woman. This is that. It is what it is, though. You just got your heart broken, like we all have a time or two, or whatever the situation may be. Truly, it could have been handled differently. They didn't have to go to social media with it, but it happened. Deal with it. Correct?
Yeah, let me put my glasses on because I can't hear.
You can hear.
Because I can't hear. Now, what say who how?
Yeah.
she said in a nutshell, Shalina said that August Alsina is grown and he knew what situation he was getting into, and so at that
Okay,
moment,
Amber, I don't need
wait,
you to
no,
say
Hold on
wait,
now.
no, I'm not agreeing. I'm just restating what she said.
She just
Why
said
y'all
what
mad
I
at
said
me?
because I ain't
Because
gonna
I'm,
repeat
okay.
myself.
Why y'all
I
mad at
just
me?
want.
I'm just
Can I ask Shalina a question real quick?
well, can
Ask
I get
me.
the restatement first? I really couldn't hear. I
Finish,
got,
Amber.
thank you.
oh I'm okay. Okay, so she basically said August Alsina was grown and he knew what he was getting into, and Jada's not wrong because at the end of the day, um, it was his choice basically to get into the.
Basically, he's at the end of the day, he still had a decision to make. Again, if you went to her to seek help, go to get you some professional help. Do she has a license? Do she have this? Is that? I don't care how y'all view her or how she, what y'all say she a life coach or whatever the situation is. If that's not nobody professional, why go there? Why put yourself in that situation? You know, and you know how you feel about this lady. That's like me going to somebody that I had a crush on for 900 years. Like, oh, can you help me do this? Of course they gonna fuck around and do and let me hear what they want me to hear so they can get what they want. Again, you had a choice to make at the end of the day. But again, that's my opinion. Adonia, fourth and final.
Okay, here I am. So first of all, she's a self-proclaimed therapist. I ain't seen her name on nobody damn degree. So let's
Again,
be clear.
right. So go to somebody that you have a name with that has a degree. Why go over
Now,
there?
Shalina, I got a question for you, and I want you to be honest, honey.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm always honest. I ain't gonna
If
sugarcoat
August
shit.
Alsina was hating, how would you feel?
Dang.
Even if that was Hayden, Hayden has to know. I have to trust that what I instilled in him. If you got to know, if this lady is just somebody that you just had a crush on, and you go over there, Pep, that's on you though. Because at the
But
end of the
this
day,
woman
life
is
is still all
calling.
about choices though. He's gonna have to make his own choices. I can't live my life for him.
But this
How old
woman
is
is
August?
calling your son her
How old is
son.
August?
He is
Listen,
21 years younger than her.
It don't matter. How old is he
Nah,
though?
baby.
How old is
Nah,
he?
baby.
well, now he's like 26, right?
At the time, he
Okay.
was like 21.
He was only
Again, it's still
22.
an adult, correct?
Baby, men are dumb.
That ain't got
Let's
nothing to
be
do with me
clear.
though, correct?
Nah, honey. What, Amber? Damn.
Okay, well, Amber, listen, we gonna let Amber say her piece. Amber, what do you have?
Y'all stressing me out
I
already.
was
This is
stressed
over.
Already.
too, girl.
I mean,
I
I mean,
couldn't
it's
believe.
just like
I don't need to hear you.
it's like we going. Yes, it is what it is,
But
though.
listen,
You
no.
know.
But
Okay,
that,
so then
hold
that
on,
was
Mitch, right? Go ahead.
a.
Oh, can I go? Oh, okay. But that is a very
No, go,
important
Amber.
point.
I'm seriously go.
Can I go?
You
Can
can
I
cut her
say
off,
something?
Leash.
Okay. I
You
think
done?
I am not talking. I'm not talking.
I'm just messing with Amber.
I think that this conversation between Adanya and Shalina really highlights the division that we have in our black community. Like on one end, and I'm just saying it from my perspective, of course, but
Real deal.
on one end, we got to stop getting it. Like people got to be held accountable at the end of the day.
Right.
And so,
Yeah,
like, I mean, at the same time, yes, August Alsina did have a choice in the matter, but Jada also should have quit. She know her intentions. You know what I'm saying? She knew she wasn't entering inside of this relationship with purity. And so, like, we got to be honest about that. And that starts with communication inside of everything. And I feel like this is what I think about the situation. I think Jada was wrong. I'm gonna be honest. I do. I also feel like, yes, August did have a decision in this, but me personally, if I'm entering or leaving a marriage where I've been a part of for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? And I am trying to work on healing myself and being happier, I'm not going to involve somebody else in the process that I know I don't have any long
But again,
going.
that's
I
still a
mean, if
matter
she
of
wanted to say, I would just want some good sex, then August Alsina, I mean, I see you swinging, so
we
let's
gotta
do
go.
the thing. You know what I mean? But
but that's
she,
just like opinion too. So we can't say how her healing looks to her. Maybe that's how she heals. So correct.
For real though,
My
check
healing
this
ain't gonna
out.
look like Amber's. Mine ain't
But
gonna look
you're
like Leisha's.
healing.
It ain't gonna look like
But you don't
Adonya's.
have the right. But you don't have the right as someone that's saying that I want to heal to damage others in your process. That's your
right.
I
process.
mean, again, but he still
I
had the
don't have
choice
the
to
right
make
to
if
come
they were
over to your
still
house and
legally
rearrange your
married.
furniture because it
Why
feel
go over
better.
there?
I couldn't hear none of y'all. Y'all was like
Because
entertainment.
this is
Okay,
the
so
piece.
go ahead, Alicia.
So this is the missing piece. Okay, August Alsina comes from, okay, we know already know he comes from New Orleans, and that's just a whole different breed of persons. No disrespect, but it is a definite bubble. And he did not have a very good relationship with his mother. So when he sought out a relationship with Jada, it was purely based off of him already being in a friendship with their son. And once they were in this, him and his friend, he got to know more of the family dynamic. And that's when he was like, "Oh, I see what you're doing. Is it any way you can help me walk through this process? Because I just lost a sister, and because a brother, because I've lost my brother. Now I'm trying to help my sister-in-law sister raise her girls. 3 months later, not even 3 months later, he loses his sister. So now he has three little babies. He has self-admitted dependency to some sort of drug, Percocet pills, is I think what he was taking. And then on top of that, he does have mental issues on top of this health issue that has. He just don't know. He'd literally be in the hospital for months at a time. So when he's in this space of trying to just dig his way out the best way he knows how. Now, mind you, he's coming from a place to where none of this stuff is new to is I guess what is the word I'm looking for? He's not used to it. It's not the way that they do things there. He's coming from a place of I'm trying to get myself out of this position. I don't really have the tools to get myself out of position, but hey, there's a lifeboat. I don't care what you say. When you in the middle of the ocean drowning and you see somebody drive out in a boat, you don't give a damn if they got tigers and lions and bears on it. You trying to get a little lifeline, and that's what I think he did when she approached him with the relationship. That just comes because whenever someone is helping you out of something, that it's the hero. What is it called? The hero complex or whatever,
Yeah, hero
where
complex.
you end up falling in love with the person that's helping you. because that person is digging you out of something that's so deep to you, so hard on you that you can't. You begin to conflate the two things. So with that being the case, we're not talking about someone that is 100%. We talking about somebody who's 35, 25, 35% at the most, as far as his decision
And
making process.
if you want to take it further down in complexes, this man, this woman was literally referring to this man as her child. It's like a whole.
Yes,
He's got a mom now, and if because
yes. I mean, she
I
was
don't
going
have
on
my
all his
textbook with
Well,
shows.
who's
me,
to say he didn't
but
want that
I'm
They
not.
would
attention
say
though?
he went on a couple of family.
What'd you say, Shawayne?
Who's to say he didn't want all that attention from her though?
I mean, even if he, let's be clear though, there's just like let's, and this is in no way directed towards you, but what I'm saying is, let's just be clear. That's like Hayden bringing his friend over, and y'all both grown, and then all of a sudden he got a crush on you, and then you start entertaining him. At that point, you are the responsible party in that scenario. It's not that little boy's job to
You said if we
to.
both was grown, if he's still an
But I'm
adult, he
just
still
saying
has a
it's
choice
still
to
it's
make. So
but
it's my
you're
thing.
the but as far as levels of responsibility, you're in that higher level of responsibility because you're charged with more knowing. You have more knowledge. You've been around longer. You're older. You have a more clear vision of the larger picture. That
Okay,
kid does not.
we're going down a
That,
rabbit hole. Hold
that,
on, now.
Well, I
Hold on.
think
Let me.
it's important to establish.
that,
I,
that,
But that's it. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to interrupt you, but
I think it's important
that's
to establish where he was making his decisions
right.
from, because
Exactly.
everybody that has no remorse from him for him failed to realize that when you're not 100%, you're not making good decisions. You're just not.
That's true.
You're just doing whatever you can do to ease the pain, numb the pain.
Because
But
that's
in retrospect, that's what she was saying. She was like, I just want to feel good, and I haven't felt good in so long. That's what the fuck
that's
she
So
just
why
looked
was
like
that more
too.
important? So why was that more important for her to feel good as opposed to him feeling good now? What's the
I don't
difference?
think so because look, you said a lot, and I wanna talk about that because that's just like, for example, let's say you got this little 12-year-old girl. I teach kids all the time, of course. Most days, some days I take off, but that's neither here nor there. But I have a 12-year-old student, a female, who has been molested as a child, who has been constantly abused, from male figures inside of her family or outside of her family, whatever the situation is. And then now she navigating life with that disconnect, right? And it's just like she's insecure. She's not a total 100%. She's depressed, battling with anxiety. And then she gets 18 or 19. Here comes this 45-year-old man who's just like now, engaging in an entanglement with her. And it's just like, is it
That's
really
how pimps get their hoes.
right? Well, that's not what I was trying. I wasn't advertising pimping. Okay. I wasn't trying pimps. If you out there listening, that's you leave them girls alone. They ain't got nothing to do with you. That's not what I was saying. Italian, now you done made my head hurt. What I was
I'm
trying to
sorry,
say,
love.
what
I'm
I was trying to say,
sorry.
I get what Shalina is saying. Yes, he was a grown up and he could have made that choice, but this picture is not black and white. I mean, it's not like
Uh-huh.
he's
Right.
18 and once you turn 18, you automatically have this light switch that comes on and you just has this mature set of thinking. You have everything that you've gone through as a child that's basically building up inside of you that influences your decision. Now, what I don't respect about Jada is how instead of acknowledging that, obviously he came to them with some sort of issues going on, and you still took advantage of that man. You know what I'm saying? Like you still, regardless of whatever it is you got going on, you still made the choice to say, I could have chose anybody to be in entanglement with, but I'm gonna choose August Alsina.
well,
Like
she saw the pictures that apparently that everybody else saw it except me. Maybe
I would have
she wanted
I,
what she wanted.
I thought about being entangled after seeing the picture, but that's not the
I
point.
don't.
I
I'm
keep
I
saying I
do.
need
I'm
to
gonna
go
I
have to
do
see the
find this
not.
pictures
picture.
then.
I
Then
gotta
I
go
maybe.
find this
don't.
picture.
But I would not have entered a situation with him knowing his struggle as personal as Jada knows it. Like I don't really know August Alsina. If I see him in the
But
street,
that's just human. That's just different humans though. Just because we would don't mean she would. She
but
would
You
that's the
not.
know
problem.
what?
That's the problem.
I'm a step into a zone real quick. So whenever I was going through my divorce, me and my husband we were going to um re,
Couples
counseling,
counseling,
but it was through the church. What's that called?
Marriage counseling.
But through the church.
counseling. It's
Same
just not
thing.
counseling.
Counseling.
Same
Call
thing.
it, call it what you want. But what the preacher would tell us is, if you need to vent, if you need somebody to help you through this, you go to. He would tell me, you go to the sisters in the church, and he would tell my ex-husband, you go to the brothers in the church. Apparently, if I was going to talk to a brother in the church about what I was going through and how I was trying to process some things, natural human instinct is that I'm going to feel some type of affection for this man and set myself up for an entanglement, is what I was getting towards. I think all of that is a load of BS. Now, I want to say that I do not think that August was super duper innocent. I know Jada wasn't innocent. And let's not forget Will. He ain't innocent either.
No, and if
I
you
feel
ask
like,
me, honestly, it looked like just another way means of income for them, and it just didn't seem sincere to me on either end. If I can be honest, I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. Because at the end of the day, the shit happens to everybody else, but just because we're not famous, we don't have the money, we don't get the fame from it. You know
period.
what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Right.
So I
Right.
don't see
But
why we got to keep throwing her under the bus just because the internet ain't thrown under the bus. When, like I said, at the end of the day, they both are adults. They both have decisions to
I don't
it's
think we.
three people, all
I
whether that
three.
was
don't
going to
think.
affect her relationship with Will or their career or whatever the situation is. You still have a choice to make.
I
I
think it's
don't
Will
think
and
that we're
Jada.
going to. I don't think we're trying to throw her under the bus per se. But right now, she's our proxy. She's the current trend. So we're just using her as the catalyst for conversation. It's not a personal attack on another woman because we don't do that over here at Brown Liquor. But I think we need to really. I think the discussion is really revolving around the accountability that we have for our peers. Period. Because the issue is this is a teaching moment for everybody. So you know what people are gonna do without even admitting to it? They're gonna say, "Well, Jada got away with it, and Will still loved her. So I don't see no harm in me going out here and going on my healing journey and getting penis
Because at the end of
down
the day, they still
by
have that
21
choice to
year
make if
young
that's how
so and
they
so
choose to do it, whether
sweetheart."
they
Because let
partners
me
stay
be
or not.
very clear, everybody but the point is, we're raising a generation of people that are already so devoid of basic morals and humanities and just compassions that it's ridiculous. And to keep adding so much just shit to the pile, it's just mind blowing to me.
Um,
Because
I bet
I
his
don't know where
sales
we are
went
in the
up over the
conversation.
weekend.
His
I
sales
bet they
probably did
did too.
show up. But the issue is, I think the greater issue, and this is what I really wanted us to focus on, the greater issue is how is this affecting our society? It's not adding good bricks to the pile. Let's be clear. This is not something that you could say, oh, well, I raised my kids at home and I talk to my kids about this or I talk to my family about this. Because the honest truth is we're not our kids only influences. They go to school and they're influenced by their peers who are influenced by people that they watch, who are influenced by people that they watch. So it's important for us to always try our best to add good bricks to the pile.
yeah,
This is just not
I
any
don't think the
reason.
most I don't think the most important thing in this conversation is about who's right and who's wrong, honestly. I think it's like how can we dissect this topic and
Right.
realize what is healthy and what's not healthy in this and how do we reverse that trend in our youth cuz like Miss Ray said, unfortunately, and I get and yes, people cope in different ways. Yes, people heal differently. Your healing process may be different from mine, but that doesn't mean, and I'm not saying this to be judgmental, but it's just real. That doesn't mean it's healthy. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you can't bring other people down throughout that process. And so what I think what Ms. Ray is trying to say is not saying that neither person had a responsibility in the situation, but some of the aspects of this situation was just wrong and unhealthy,
Well,
and
maybe I'm wrong and unhealthy because, to
we
be
can't.
honest, I don't really see the issue.
But we can't allow this conversation to go.
I
Listen,
mean,
we
just
can't have
what
a
am
lot
I
of
serious?
Oh, a
conversations
hot
to go.
damn
Hey,
minute.
Diane, let me talk.
Let Miss Amber finish her point, y'all.
Dang it, my turban just get stopped right here, and then you just go. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't allow our youth to view this in the social media to like glorify it and make jokes about it as if it's okay. Is what It's not. Some of these parts are not okay. Yes, you should heal, but you shouldn't be taking advantage of people. I mean, that's just not right. And if you're in a marriage and you decided y'all want a divorce, then
Get the divorce
get the
first.
divorce. Like, why are you bringing somebody else in here and then like now all of a sudden, oh, I want to work things out with my husband. Like, time you wasting. You know what I'm saying? And if you're on the outside looking in and somebody else and you're entering in somebody else's marriage who's separated, you don't need to be walking in that territory. You know what I'm saying? So like we gotta dissect that part of the situation because those aspects are the things that are unhealthy about it. Not necessarily both of them. I mean, go ahead.
Go with
Is
Danya.
what
Can I go? Can I go? Because
Please
I thought
go.
I thought this was my territory anyways. Y'all just taking it over.
Because it's such a hot topic. It made,
Why are you talking like that?
because
she's silly.
Okay, so first of all, I got 2 points to make. And I don't want to be interrupted till I make my 2 points. Okay.
But you doesn't interrupt you.
Point number one.
okay.
We have to stop normalizing cheating as being something that people go through. You're in a marriage. That is a commitment with you, your spouse, and God. They don't say, yes, relationships, people go through stuff, marriages, y'all go through stuff. Cheating is not one of them. That's betrayal on a whole nother level. You got one time to cheat on me, and I promise you, you can pack your shit and kick rocks. Period. There's no coming back from that for me. I'm not doing that.
I'm not built for that.
She said no interruptions, Miss Ray. Shut up.
That was an ad lib.
Sorry.
Point number two. Yes, y'all. This is absolutely. People had choices. People was making choices. People was healing. People was going on through these journeys. These are people's lives. This is this man's life. This is all
probably was in his
his
treatment
Will's
plan
life.
to go over there and get you. That's how you move forward.
Who wrote the treatment plan, Shalene?
His therapist,
Who
clearly.
wrote this treatment plan?
Clearly, his therapist. Clearly, he went over there. I don't know. I didn't write it. Did you write it?
This girl said the treatment
plan. She went there.
He went wandering his little ass over there.
So
you knew what you hold on.
So this was the clinical recommendation at the end of the interpretive summary. That's what they said. This is my I'm Jada. I'm typing here, y'all. This is my clinical recommendation.
That's what it sounds like.
I am going to insert this man's penis into my vagina. I'm going to snatch his motherfucking soul, and then I'm going to ruin his motherfucking life.
Yeah, he got snatched, and now he can't handle being snatched.
Did she print it out or no? I just need to
I need to see a copy of that shit right now because I want to know what carpet inspection she went through, and they let that shit ride.
Is this public records? Is this public?
I feel like we should be able to Google them.
No, we should be able to request some medical records from his mental health facility.
www.google.com.
That's not fair though. That's not fair though. For real, that's not fair because I mean, I'm gonna speak for myself now.
I don't even know how to fix my face.
Listen.
Jada fucked up, man.
Listen. God damn it. Listen. I said.
It's all opinionated. Correct? Am I right or am I wrong?
Amber's mom.
I'm about to leave the show. This is y'all. This is y'all.
Amber, you're gonna have to get a little more rude for this Christmas.
I'm not even here. This is y'all show.
You're gonna have to get a little more rude.
She's trying to keep her innocent perspective and trying to make it seem like she don't cuss and stuff. Amber mama cuss. Or Amber mama, Amber cuss all the time.
That's a lie.
You just said the GD word with no T.
My mama said it's not a curse word because she said all the time.
Okay, so come on with your point because I'm ready.
I done lost it. But what I'm saying is, God, I done lost it.
Yeah, get you a pencil and paper and start jotting down.
I know what I was about to say.
I know what
I was about to say. I have been August Alcina in a situation one way or the other, right? And so I've been heartbroken. Although August Alcina technically hasn't been cheated on in this situation, but I have been through those situations where someone who in their sane mind knew they were taking advantage of me and still did it. And that's not right.
But that's where people go wrong at. Let me make something clear. We spend a lot of our time treating people how we want them to treat them because that's what we were taught coming up. Come on now, that's the golden rule. It's on everybody's damn kindergarten wall. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's the golden thread. Baby, no. You're going to disappoint yourself. You're going to break your own heart thinking people have the same heart as you, thinking people see things through your eyes. That's not reality. It never has been, it never will be. So you're expecting people to treat you the way that you're treating them, and you're gonna set yourself up for failure every
But
single time.
but
People
see,
are shit. Humans are shitty. And I
well,
love humans. I love humans so much. I study y'all fucking brain. I study y'all behaviors. I love it and I can't get enough of it. But let me tell you, humanity is fucking shitty. People are shitty. The fact that this woman is okay with what she did to this, and not once did this bitch say she was sorry. Not
Not big.
once. Not once did she apologize. I get it. I get it. He made a choice. He did. And that's cool. That's cool. Will made a choice to take his wife back. August made a choice to break her motherfucking back in. And she took that shit. Point blank, period. But she could
Sorry,
have had the
mom.
fucking audacity to apologize for publicly humiliating her husband and mortifying August. Point blank,
And
fucking
her kids.
period.
I mean, her kids as well.
but listen, hold on. Before you go,
We ain't gonna talk about them weird motherfuckers right now.
shut up,
Yeah,
Shalita. I mean, not Shalita. Diet. Shut up. Shut up.
You just
they're
you
not
putting too much
weird.
thought into it. Again, you let them humans that you're talking about just take you to a whole nother level.
Right? Because I
Again,
love
because at the end of the
right.
day, they all get fucking paid for it. At the end, I honestly do not believe that it ain't shit. It's not shit. What is it? What can we
But
do? I guess
I
moving
think
forward, I guess for our younger population, what can we do to fix it so nobody else has to go through it? Because
that's
at
what
this
I want
point,
to talk
they're
about.
done.
Right.
What Adanya said, the simple fact that we were taught to treat people how we want to be treated, and that we're not supposed to do that.
I
That's so
treat people
wrong.
accordingly.
We should be able to love people wholeheartedly with the expectation that they're going to do it back. That's
Mm-hmm.
so
That's
unhealthy for me to enter inside of a friendship, a relationship, family. I'm supposed to be able to love a dying because I know a dying is going to love me back. We got to stop teaching our kids. That's toxic to me. I'm gonna be honest with
you
you.
a savage and you don't have
Right,
friends
right.
and you
We
just
Right.
because
focusing
what you're
in a
doing is we're
That's a
putting
whole nother conversation.
responsibility on the victim and not the person who actually did the
yes, because most of the times, let me tell y'all. So I teach English. Shout out to the English teachers out there.
Girl,
Um,
Yeah, come on.
okay.
they rude tonight. Okay, the girls are rude tonight. So it's my one of my favorite poems is Christabel, and it's a narrative. But one of my favorite quotes from that poem is that a pure heart is defenseless, completely defenseless from evil intentions. And you have to understand what they mean by pure heart. It doesn't mean that you're perfect, but the naiveness that comes with you not ever expecting anybody to treat you poorly will always leave you on the short end of the stick because you were never expecting it. It was never even an idea in your mind. And so for that reason, you can't properly defend yourself against something that you had no idea was your enemy in the first place. I mean, we could go into that deeper conversation like Miss Shalina said, but I think just on the surface level, I shouldn't have to be Inspector Gadget to figure out if you're going to treat me good or bad. I should be able to say, Adanya, what it is. I want to be your friend. And she said, you know what? I don't fuck with you. And I said,
Very.
right, let me go over here to Amber. What you got cooking? You know, and she said, well, I don't like you neither. I'm probably going to be like, well, damn, what's wrong with me? But at the end of the day, I deserve the respect of being able to know what I'm entering into. Now, again, I could agree 110% if the conversation had to look like if August had said, you know what? When I sat down with them, they told me they just taking a break. And she said she just wanted me to blow her back out. And I said, shit, I can do that. And I could do that.
But didn't he know?
But no, I could do that. And I ain't gonna catch no feelings. Now I feel completely different then, cause you knew. But right now he didn't know. Like
That's what
y'all
I'm saying. What
let
I
me
don't like about the situation is that Jada did not give August Alsina a choice.
look at my
He got to give
baby.
people choices. Hey, Mason, go Mason, go Mason.
Look
Ooh,
at
ooh.
this marker.
Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. But seriously though, that's important though because like Miss Ray said, if I go to Danya or if Miss Ray come to me and say, Amber, I want to be your friend, I can be like, okay, listen, Miss Ray. I mean, we can entertain this friendship, but I ain't shit, right? then
I'm gonna steal from you. I'm
right.
gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna use you. I'm gonna lie to you. I'm not all the way healed. I'm going through something over here so that I give you the opportunity to make a choice of saying, you know what, this is something I feel is worth entertaining. This is something I really don't want to get
But
involved with.
y'all, look at this. Even if that was the narrative, even if that was the choice that he made, check this out. That man was already broken.
Right.
At this point,
That man should have
for
went and
him,
sought professional
anything,
help.
anything would have been better than nothing at all.
I can
And
see that.
I want to go back to what Amber was saying. She said you put responsibility on the victim. That's what they're doing right now to him. They
That's
dragging him. It's
wrong.
his fault that he fell in love with her and she went back to her husband and they dabbing up to fucking bad marriages for life. That is cringing. That's disgusting. Why is that okay? Like if that's what marriage look like, keep that shit.
I
I don't
really want
want
to
it.
know what Ayanla thought about that.
Ooh.
Fix my life, Ayanla.
Who is
He
that?
probably was better off going over
Girl,
there with
go
her.
watch
He should have went over
Ayanla.
there to a real life coach and got his life fixed.
Period.
Well, again, I feel like in that situation, we just being real hard on him for that because I've
And
been in a place.
then
I've been in a place to where nothing seemed good. Nothing. It wasn't. Down was up and up was down. I've been there, so I know what it feels like to lay in my bed and just tears just rolling into my ears, and I can't even hear myself cry no more because I'm so frustrated and I don't know what to do with myself. And to have somebody come and say, "I'll save you," it's just like a breath of fresh air. I ended up in a relationship for way longer than I should have been because somebody saved me from something that was worse. You see what I'm saying? So, but for somebody to tell me I deserve what I endured, I think that is the meanest shit in the world.
I'm
Because,
the meanest motherfucker in the world, then.
but
you
Ain't that
is,
it? Damn it,
cousin.
the
You
shit.
is.
but
And I
I
It
love
understand.
you.
is. And I
It
don't
ain't
even
shit.
care, though. That's the thing, though. Because, again, like I said, to me, I don't really see the whole issue, I'm assuming. Maybe I'm missing parts of the story. Maybe
No,
that's
we
what it
get
is.
you in
Maybe
good, good.
if I watched the full video other than 12 minutes,
No, that's all it
video that
was.
he had was 4 minutes.
That's
I
all
mean,
it was.
But
whatever the
listen,
situation is, I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
that's just
It's
like
life
me.
lessons. You
That's
go
like
through
me.
life lessons. At the end of the day, he still had that same choice. Because, like I said, again, we've all been in relationships. Somebody done broke my heart plenty of times, but I didn't go looking at Tom, Dick, and Harry to give me advice. You know what I'm saying? Knowing they gonna raid on me, you went over there knowingly. It was
You
gonna
didn't know
be.
that though. That's just like
There's always that chance, though. Correct?
But then,
He knew. They
how
had been talking before.
how do you have a successful support system if you, in theory, just by your logic, you don't trust nobody? So it's like, do you have friends? Do you have people that you call when you need guidance? You don't. And so by your logic, you out here in this world solo dolo mio, and that's not accurate. But that's not accurate. We know that's not accurate.
I mean, I would call y'all, but I wouldn't go call Tom over there.
But you got to understand, everybody don't have a us. Everybody don't have us. Everybody not gonna sit on the phone
And
and
what
want
if
to
I
see a
don't tell y'all?
compliment.
He better go write it down, run it off, do something different.
But
I
that
go over
stuff
there.
is, but you're making
But
assumptions.
those are
Like I
coping
always,
skills. Those were coping skills that he was looking for her to teach him.
you have to
Oh
understand how much.
bullshit.
Let
We
me,
had to
let me,
teach ourselves. So now
no,
he
let me,
all
no, no,
because
no,
he
no,
was
no. Let me be very
so
clear. Let
fucking
me be
butt hurt.
very clear. Let me be very clear. Sometimes we really
The
don't.
nigga still getting paid at the end of the day, man. It
Look,
is what it
money is
is.
not
Money ain't
everything.
everything, sis.
But what I'm trying to say is, when I first went and started teaching, I came from a single parent home. It was times I couldn't turn my lights on because they was cut off. It was times I didn't have food in the refrigerator because we ain't had none. It was times when I had to take a bath with shampoo. It was we had those situations. So when I went to teach in South Carolina with kids that I was told were impoverished and they didn't have all these things. And I was just like, that's me. So I'm standing up in front of the class one day and I'm just talking to them. And I'm like, why y'all not doing your homework? Why you ain't doing it? I'm just going in. And I'm just like,
Maslow's hierarchy.
I'm getting there. And so I'm just standing here like just going in. And then I'm on my planning period. And, like I said, I talk to God quite often. He let me know when I'm being a turd. So he was telling me, chill, first of all, chill. Because you got to realize how much privilege you sit in. Because at the end of the day, regardless of my relationship with my mother, I still had somebody telling me to go to bed. I still had somebody making sure I did my homework. I still had somebody making sure that whatever we had, I had something warm in my belly. These kids don't have that. So I can't speak to them from a place when they have no idea what that place looks like. So as an adult, I had to learn to check my privilege. And I think we have to also never forget to check our privilege, because you speaking with a mind that's developed in a different way than his is. He coming from a completely different set of circumstances. You've never had to go without. So you don't know what it's like to not have a mom. You don't know what it's like to not have somebody that's always in your corner rooting from you. Root for you. This man literally got it out the mud. And again, I'm not making it about.
So in other words, you want me
I'm
to feel
making it.
sorry for him
No,
because he
I'm
didn't.
no. What I'm
No.
saying to you is, this is for all the August Alcinas of the world, because there are many. And they end up sometimes dead, or they end up sometimes in situations that they should not be in, or they turn to drugs or alcohol. I'm not asking you to feel sorry for him, but what I am saying is, you've got to recognize the human aspect of it and just say, how do you not feel compassion for somebody that's saying that they were so low in their life that they want to kill themselves?
You
That
gotta
is,
empathize. Empathize.
He
It's just
said
like
don't
that.
have to
Genuinely
feel
it's
empathize.
just
sorry
like
for him.
it's just like being a teacher, and I see a kid going through whatever situation they're going through. Like, for my privilege, I might see, like, for example, we talked about this in the last show. Like, we have a student who is sleeping in class every day, coming to work, with poor hygiene, and all these things are going on in his life, and he don't have a pencil. And I'm the one speaking from my place of privilege, just like, why you don't got no pencil? You ain't got no recess. You ain't doing this. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing that, because I'm not empathizing with his situation. So we're not saying that no, we should feel sorry for August Alsina, but we need to empathize with the situation in which he come from, because that's just like, if I'm going through
That's
addiction,
asking of a lot for me, though.
but
I don't
that's
know.
but
Well,
that's
but
that,
you're making it personal. I really want us to focus
Because
on
I feel
just.
like y'all attacking me on first and foremost, if I can say that. And then secondly, like I said,
I,
like I told y'all yesterday, I don't agree with it.
but
I don't
again,
like it.
we're not attacking it. And I said that at the beginning. The I said that your view is differing from ours, so the
Yeah,
conversation
my
is
whole my
not.
whole thought process is different from y'all's, and
But
that's
Right.
what I'm
okay.
saying is, it's
But
not. But
again, I don't feel sorry for him. I mean, nobody deserves it, but it is what it is. Move on from it and just keep chugging.
Now,
Suck it up and keep going.
One thing Shalina did say that I agree with is, right now they have the limelight, so that he's gonna get the help that he needs. He really will, and he can pay for it. He gonna pay good money to heal himself. However, there are other August Alcinas out here. They got to get it on their own. They got to figure it out by themselves. And that's the sad part about it, because this is not the first time this has happened, and damn sure won't be the last. It's gonna happen publicly a lot more often, because now people think the shit's cool.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
trending right
So
now.
they done set the tone.
yeah,
Exactly, it's trending now.
exactly.
Everybody
But see,
about to come out with their
Everybody
that's
gonna
entanglement
come
not
out with
stories.
good.
something.
That's not good for our kids to see, though. We need to get back
I
to
just want to be very clear. I'm sorry, Amber. Go ahead. I'm so sorry. Go
you
ahead.
know we just need to get back to showing our children what healthy marriages and coping skills and relationships are like. It's okay if you don't want to be in a marriage, but you don't bring, you got to move about it differently. And I think it's just important for us. Unfortunately, this situation is going to set the ground for a lot of more situations like this continue to happen. And that's not cool to me.
But Amber, what exactly? I don't really feel. I For me, what exactly is a healthy relationship? Like, who defines that?
I think it starts with being honest about what you want and communicating with whomever you're in that relationship with. Because I don't want us to say that a relationship is supposed to be this kind of way. Because just like you were saying earlier about, we need to stop normalizing cheating as being a part of something that people go through, especially if you married to somebody and you did that in front of God. I think what people need to do is be honest about the relationship they want to have. And so, in saying that, if I am wanting to be a part of an open relationship, right, with my husband, I communicate that with my husband, and then we go find somebody else. We also need to communicate those expectations to that person. So we're giving them a choice of the matter in the situation. So I'm not saying that every relationship should be the same, or we need to follow this cookie cutter, or whatever it is. But what I'm saying is we need to teach our children the importance of communication, the importance of stating your intentions in the beginning, and the importance of being honest so that you're not hurting people along that process. If you understand.
Who in the hell would want to be an option in somebody's life?
You'll
Some
be
people
surprised
do.
though.
You
You'll be
can't take that from
surprised.
them. Some people do.
I mean, but you got, and that's another thing. You just got to check for yourself. That's your perspective. But you be surprised how many people don't want serious relationships.
Right.
Me
That's
I
personally,
mean, I'm not a
I
serious relationship type of person, but at the end of the day, there's gonna be some type of exclusivity. Somebody help me. Exclusivity.
yeah, well,
yeah,
there we
yeah,
go.
yeah. That was
But
it.
see, if you're in exclusivity, then you're not in an open relationship, and you are in a serious relationship. There can be no intermingling of the terms. Either you're gonna be my boyfriend slash girlfriend, or you gonna do what you do, and I'm gonna do what we do, and we meet in the middle on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or however you set it up. But see, that's the thing. We've developed so many different little spider webs off the term. Either ain't no exclusivity, you telling me I ain't your boyfriend. You can't tell me what to do, ma'am. You can't. You cannot. So either you gonna be my boyfriend or you're not. Period. And I also wanted to just say to your first question, when you define when people say what's a healthy marriage, let me tell y'all something. I'm not married, but I spend a lot of time reading some things and stuff, and I but one thing people have to realize is every day you get up out that bed is work. It's
Right.
work. It is
Right.
a
Right.
process. I'm married to Amber over here. I'm gonna wake up on some days and I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna like Amber. So it's gonna take me being intentional to say, Amber, I'm struggling right here. And before I walk out that door to go do something that I know is gonna hurt my wife, I'm going to be sure to tell Amber, listen, this is what I need from you. And if Amber can give that to me, or if we need to go talk to somebody to try to find a medium point in a meeting point in that, then that's what I'm going to do because my marriage is my priority. My woman, my spouse is my priority. So every day is work. So yes, I don't think that there's the unnaturalness to going through those ebbs and flows. Or shoot, you may go through 2 or 3 weeks to where y'all sleeping in the same bed and y'all don't even want y'all booty cheeks to touch. I get it. But at the end of that, I need for my partner to know that as bad as it gets in this bed, nobody else coming in it, and I'm not bringing nobody else into it. This is me and you, and we gonna fight it out in hell if we got to. But I'm not going to allow my spouse to be embarrassed on that type of level. I would never do that because it's not whatever out there in them streets. If I know my ultimate goal is to be here, I'm not gonna bring the streets in my house. And if I want to get divorced, then I'm gonna say, Amber, guess what, baby? This ain't working for me, and I'm
Right.
gonna have to find me something else to do.
But I think that's also comes with knowing your purpose in life, number one. And like for me personally, like I know what my purpose is and I want to be married. I want to be in a committed relationship. I want to have kids. I don't want no inside outside. Like I want to be in a faithful, honest, committed marriage so I can build something healthy for my children. And so with that being said, in order to have that healthy relationship, like you have to be honest and know what I was reading this, looking at this video, and it was talking about how you let your higher purpose, you go for your higher purpose over your lower purpose. For example, right? We're all humans. I'm in a relationship. We married, right, Miss Ray? So, like, if I'm going through something, right, and let's say me and Miss
I agree
Ray
to
is
that.
married, and I see temptation or I see all these things on the outside, like I chose to, although I can't turn my eyes down unless I go blind, I'm still choosing my marriage over
Right,
whatever situation that is out there. And so, but that's only because me and her should have had a conversation about what we wanted our marriage to look like. Because
right.
what oftentimes happens is that we're getting people who have two different intentions, like Jada and August Alsina, who are entering inside of a relationship and it hasn't been communicated clearly about what we're trying to build here.
And you know why that communication don't happen is because they know if you they know if I say, hey Amber, I'm just trying to dick you down. It's a
I'm
good
trying,
chance.
I'm
It's
trying to just trying to
a
wax them draws.
it's a good chance you're gonna tell me no. And because I want to do what I want to do, I'm gonna come and say instead of me saying the point blank period, I'm gonna say, hey Amber, can I take you out to dinner?
I'm just trying to figure this whole thing out. I mean, look. What is this? I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. You don't want to go with the flow? Nah, nigga, I ain't going with the flow. What you
Right. I'm gonna take you out to dinner. I'm gonna wine and dine you. I'm gonna see you flowers, see your job. I'm gonna make you feel good and special. And then when you start saying, baby, I think I love you. Wait a minute. This is what we agreed on. When that happened. you know. So
I'm
I think
weak.
it's just important to establish what that relate and let's just even take it from marriage. It's important to establish what that relationship should look like. Because I mean, if
Right.
you and him and her and he ain't on the same page, then at the end of the day, it's doomed from the go. It's not gonna work the way you want it to work. So I feel like that brings us,
Again,
huh?
I just I don't care enough to.
I
She
mean,
said
I don't even.
but
again,
what?
I don't give a
Wait a
damn.
minute, hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute.
I can't say that I do, man.
Well, if you don't care, that's fine. Like nobody's asking you to care. We like to hear the different opinions. I think you bring a unique perspective. So I feel like say that. You don't have to agree. We don't want you to agree just because we all saying the same thing. Because it may be something I'm missing
I'm
out on one day. But I mean, I love to hear the genuine conversation. Like if that's how you feel, I like that you articulate that. I hate you think we was trying to drag you over the
I'm
coals
just
because
saying
you
though,
was
it just seems like
ugly.
y'all coming for me,
But
and I ain't going for it,
I think
ma'am.
that this is an important
she now she
conversation.
snapped at you. She said,
But
ma'am. She
you,
had to
but
gather you
because
up.
you tend to take things personally. She take
Now she
things
coming for you,
personally, and
cousin.
it ain't
Don't
Don't
come
come
for
personal.
for
my
me.
It's
cousin.
a
Not on national
conversation.
television. No, you
We
ain't.
will not.
Ain't nobody coming for you. You better chill the out.
Okay,
It's important
Um.
so
that we
So
like you said,
can we
everybody
talk
got
about
different
this next
perspectives.
point really quickly?
What's that?
Can we talk about this different point? So I was on my way from being worked to death, leaving one of our panel members' homes on Saturday,
well, she
and
ain't allowed in my house, so I don't know what she talking about.
I had to. What's wrong? I'm sorry, y'all. Come here, and I had to listen to Kevin Hart radio. Um,
So
I
what
don't
she
like
trying to
Kevin
get
Hart.
at is that
my
Kevin
baby
Hart
just done something.
destroyed this man. I
He
mean,
destroyed him.
if August Alsina had a
Come,
gun to his head, Kevin Hart pulled the damn
he would have.
trigger. Like I'm for real.
What happened?
Like Kevin Hart said this
He
man was all
really?
kind of bitches. He should have took it to the grave. He need a tampon. He on his period. Like all kinds of stuff. I mean, Kevin Hart destroyed the rest
He
of this man's
demasculated that man.
character.
He
It
demasculated him.
completely took his man card off the table. If August thought he was gonna pick it up, it's gone.
And let's talk about that. Do y'all think that was right?
No.
I mean, let
I
me not
think
let me fix that question. I don't want to say do you think that was right, but let's talk about what he really did and why is that a problem or could be a potential problem in the black community because it's unfortunate that men can't go through the same situations as do women or whatever the situation is. Men can't feel and properly express themselves without being criticized about it. Like if I'm hurt, man, I'm hurt. And if I want to go through my healing process and say it the way I want to say it, I don't care if I have 50 million cameras in front of me. I needed somebody to hear it. Okay, whatever. Or I might be one of those people who want to take my L and do my stuff in private. But I think it was wrong. I mean, I think it was kind of Kevin Hart just really rubbed me the wrong way, and
I find issue with that for multiple reasons. My first being, who is Kevin Hart to ever criticize someone's decision when you cheated on both your wives?
he's
This is a
still cheating.
fact.
Two
It ain't nothing
up,
I'm making
two
up.
up.
Still cheating. So what that let me know, and if I was in Nico, he'd have been coming home to a little U-Haul truck because what that let me know in that moment was his statement was, "How you gonna go ruin these people's lives? If you felt some kind of way, then you should have just taken that and just laid on down with it. You shouldn't have told anybody else what you was going through." So that let me know what that statement is. Still would have been cheating if I hadn't got caught. It's like on Scooby Doo. You know, at the end of Scooby Doo, they snatched the monster's mask off. And he's like, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. That's just how I felt in
That's
that
how what
moment.
the
Like,
folks be saying.
yeah, that's like I felt in that moment. Like I would have still been cheating if it wouldn't have been the folks snitching on me. I would have had a successful cheating life. And I just feel like that is toxic. Like no accountability, zero accountability. And then to secondly talk about how he needs tampons and pads because this man is trying to speak his truth to keep himself from going off the rails. So I don't I just think that was just rude and wrong on so many levels. I just think that he was the last person that should have ever had an opinion. When because he started it, and what really triggered me was he started it off by saying the level of betrayal by him was well, no, he said the level of betrayal surrounding the situation was disgusting. And I honestly thought he was going to talk about this woman stepping outside of her marriage. But no, he blamed August. And he said,
So instead, he put all the responsibility on the victim,
mm-hmm.
and he is making it known. He's making it known, and he's making it acceptable to suffer in silence.
Which is detrimental.
But I'm gonna ask you.
Detrimental.
No, I'm gonna say this too though. Now, is what Jada did truly a betrayal?
We don't know because that ain't our business. For real, I feel like
But
it's
the
a
rest
whole
of it
bunch
was
of
y'all
extra
business,
shit
so
going on that we don't know about.
But what
So
I'm saying, because from the conversation, I got that Will and Jada was okay with this. They pretty much said, "F it, we not doing this no more." So we didn't necessarily say that what she did was a betrayal. But I don't like how Kevin Hart said August Alsina was a betrayal.
I
But
see what you mean.
you know what I'm saying?
That's what we were talking his respect. I don't I think Will and Jada had an understanding and I think
Okay, got you.
that's why they came together in the end and was like, this is how we gonna present this to the masses. Because he even made light of it and said, I feel like I'm the woman at the podium and I'm standing behind, the politician when the woman
They
on
keep,
the side that just
yeah.
keep steadfast and looking the part. He said that's how I feel right now. So I think they had to make a unified statement because it's like a situation where I can't save facing all facets of this equation. So I got to go with what's going to yield me the best result. And the best thing for her to do was to say, "We're going to work on our marriage, and
But check
we're
this
gonna
out.
present
When it
this
came
unified
out years
front."
ago, she denied it. She said they won nothing.
Well, she denied it just recently until she couldn't deny it no more. Like until Black
Will
Twitter
Smith said
does
that's what you gonna call it.
And in
so
the end, she also messed with Tupac. End of the story.
Okay,
That's
we
all I
first
got
already
of
to say.
all,
admitted.
don't bring this
Why you got a
man.
Tupac?
Don't bring
So
him into this.
I forgot that's your husband.
My good man cannot. He is not here to defend himself. So don't bring this good name into this
If
mess.
Tupac
Just
said he
leave
didn't do it, he didn't do it.
it. That's right.
But
they had an understanding. He took that to his grave. Period.
and I respect it.
He rode through that one.
So can we just get to a place
Tupac
to where
wasn't out here.
can we tie this all together for the masses? What do
Tupac
we
wasn't
say?
out here snitching.
Yep. And he ain't leave no clues as to who.
I
To
mean,
what
August should have stayed in his
he did.
place. Should have been snitching either. Play your role, right? We were just talking
What
about it.
was
Play
his
your role.
role?
Learn your role.
What was his role, sis?
Tupac wasn't out here
Side
snitching.
piece.
What
He
was
was a
his
side
role,
piece.
sis? He was a
He was a
side
side
piece.
piece. Stay over there and deal with it now that the world know about it. Now it's an issue.
He
But
Oh
you know
that
what you
woman
signed
shit!
up for. Get out of here,
he
man.
wasn't that woman
Sis
side
said
piece.
he was a side
That man
piece.
was a side piece. At the end
Selena,
of the day,
Selena,
what
He was
is
a
it?
coleslaw.
Selena. He was like the dessert. You
But
know,
no, he was a
like
side
he
piece. He was
wasn't
the
the
baked
side
beans.
piece though.
He was the baked beans.
No, he was like the
That
dessert.
The
entree.
baked beans. Did it have some ground beef in it? Was it the
The,
good baked beans?
the dessert is
According
just
to y'all in this picture, he may have had some hamburger meat in his baked beans. I don't really know. I haven't seen this
he
picture
definitely got a lot
yet,
of meat.
but
He
That's
looking
all
a
I
little
know.
stale right now.
But
what's
listen,
that song they be
His meat
playing?
was
He gonna be
stale.
this side piece. That's it. Line roll, play
he
roll
didn't he
song.
didn't know he was being that woman's side piece. He thought he was being the dessert. The
That's
dessert
what it
is
sounds
just
like to me.
is
Now
just
he thought he was a new entree.
Right.
She sent her shit back to the kitchen and ordered
He
something
said, ooh,
different.
ooh, ooh,
He
so I
should
don't
have
like
asked to see
this.
some divorce
I
papers or
don't like this
something.
one. I
He
didn't order
said
this.
no damn tomatoes on his damn sandwich. Take
I
it
don't
back
like
and
this
make
one.
that shit again.
She sent an entree back. That's what Jada did. Jada went there and ordered 2 meals and said, I don't want this one. That's what she did.
Period.
Well, no, she ate out both of them first and then sent
Yeah,
them
but you
back.
Oh no,
gotta
she was
like
gonna taste to see which one was
you
better.
know, and that's the problem. We can look at the menu, but we're not supposed to order everything off the menu. But you know what? Maybe if you
I'm
want to order
ordering
it.
the whole left side,
So
baby.
She had enough money to order whatever she wanted off that menu.
Period. She ordered every damn thing in
so
that
then
restaurant.
can we just like discuss really quickly, like what is the takeaway for each of you in this situation? What can we
Well,
say the
I said,
takeaway is?
let Shalina go first. Hers gonna be short, simple, and
Cause,
sweet.
cause, cause
It is.
she been attacked. Let her go.
My takeaway is mind your business. Learn your role, mind your business, and life is all about choices. You choose to do certain things, whether it's right or wrong, however the world may be. You still had a choice at the end of the day. So make sure it's a choice that you can live with. Choices, short and sweet. Period.
now I kind of feel that though. When you make a
I
choice,
do feel it,
you gotta make sure
Oh
it's a
yeah, I
choice you
feel
can
that.
live with.
Oh, that man gonna live with that choice. Period. Whether he want to or
but
not, he living with that shit.
But
It's all
but
about
I
choices.
just want to also highlight making those choices from a place of
wholeness.
Clarity.
So you said even if he was mentally healthy, that he wouldn't win the tap. Taylor fine, he was gonna go in and try to get tapped
Oh, he
anyway.
probably would have, but then it would have been like, okay, now
So
let
it would
me.
have been a different situation.
Yeah, for me it would have. I'd have been like, all right, you know what you were doing then, cause you.
this is like me going up to somebody that has like autism or something and making them do weird things to me. No,
No,
seriously,
that's
because
no,
that
that's
happens.
Right.
It's a
that's
bit. It's
paraphernalia. That's a pedophile.
It's the
No,
same
You
I'm
say
thing
not
though.
saying. I'm
paraphernalia.
not saying. I'm
That's
not
a
saying. I'm saying
pedophile.
that. I'm saying like he could be an adult person that's just not in 100% capacity. And it's women that out here take advantage of these doggone men that don't have all their faculties, and they have them doing all types of crazy stuff. We would say,
Technically,
"Oh,
that's
he has
considered rape.
So why is
you
this not
taking me
considered?
you taking me farther than I'm trying to go." What I'm
Sorry,
saying
my
though,
bad. Let's
if
bring it back. Let's bring it back.
if we've already established that someone has something that they're lacking, I think it's unfair for us to. That's like me asking Mason to come in here and cook because I'm tired and she done seen me do it. She can't do it. Then I'm gonna whoop her ass because she get it wrong. Like that don't make sense to me. So that's why I'm saying just being mindful of the level of responsibility somebody can handle. It's my job to make sure she don't burn my house down, not hers.
Mhm.
Man,
Well, my takeaway is, um, I said it before. Um, regardless of who you are in your own individual path, I just encourage everybody to be honest about their intentions. And when you are involving any kind of relationship, whether it be friendship, romantic relationships, family, you have to be true and pure about your intentions and make sure that there's an understanding established before you move forward. Because when you don't, it leaves the ground for this kind of hurt and pain to occur. And I mean, yes, at the end of the day, we do have our own choices, but we also got to be able to give other people the choice to make it well. And so that's my takeaway from it. Adanya. Oh my God, I'm going to sleep. All right, it's been real.
Really, dude? Okay, so I got 3 points. So because it's three different people involved, so I gotta have three
okay.
different
Just
perspectives.
go. Just
You know what
go.
I'm saying? I'm insightful. I'm gonna get there. So for Jada,
Oh,
sweetheart.
for the Jadas in the world, not just
For the
Jada.
Jada, yeah. If you Jada, okay. I mean, do you and be happy and own that. But at the end of the day, I don't I don't understand how anyone can literally take from someone else to rebuild themselves, to repair themselves. And you're looking at this person fall apart and you're still taking from this person. You're still taking limbs off of this person to repair yourself. That's a whole nother level of just not okay. Like it's just not. It's not. August, baby. You're gonna have to take this L and you're gonna have to keep going. It's gonna be hard, but you're gonna be all right. Karma's a
And
bitch.
next time,
Jada gonna get hers. She
and next
is.
time, stay away from entanglements because that's just ridiculous.
Look at
What's
Tiana.
wrong with her face? And Will,
Amazing.
everybody's forgetting about Lil Coro Will. Did y'all see the meme where they
Will ain't innocent. Don't even do that. Will ain't
Now
innocent.
listen, did y'all see the meme where they did a voiceover of the Fresh Prince when he was talking about his daddy, and he was just like, August was 14, and he's to hell with them. And you know what? I'm gonna make the best CD, and then I can't do that because then she's gonna talk about Tupac in front of my kids. It's not funny. I swear it's not. Y'all, okay. I'm sorry. I'm going
It
down a whole
cackled a
different
little
path
bit,
to
so
the
it may have
internet.
been just a little funny.
It was funny. It was sad, but I did laugh. I'm not gonna lie. It was funny. Because the internet is yet undefeated. Okay. Um, people are very creative. I'm gonna give y'all
Oh, let's
that.
say black people are undefeated because that's where it's
Uh,
coming from.
oh yes, definitely. Ain't no. I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but honestly, coming from like a real serious place, is we have to be intentional. Whether you know about it, whether you don't, whether you signed up for it, whether you made the choice, whether you tried to opt out and shit just wasn't working out in your way, whether you got entangled, whether you got unsnatched, it is what it is. The point is, you have to be intentional when you're bringing other people into your life,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to be very, very, very careful with who you are allowing access to you,
Mm-hmm.
because not everybody is going to handle with care.
Mm-hmm.
Humans are fragile. People are fragile. Not everybody sees that sign on the damn package when it comes to the door, because Amazon love throwing my damn boxes and then I get shit shattered and the box clearly says fragile. People aren't going to do that. And I understand that, we should be able to expect ourselves out of people, but the reality is that some people are shitty, and some people will mishandle you, and some people will hurt you. Most people will hurt you, and you just have to own up to that. You have to be okay. You have to make peace with that, because at the end of the day, they will get what they have coming to them, and but that you're not the judge of that.
I've heard that, and not to kind of cut you off, I heard, but that's so
No, you good.
true, that being in love or loving somebody is giving the person the opportunity to shatter your heart completely,
Yeah, that's
but trusting
vulnerability
them,
to
but
levels
trusting them
outside
not
of this
to.
world.
Right. Like, but trusting them not to because it's just like, I'm opening myself to you so much that you could literally rip everything about me, but I'm trusting you not to do that. And that's what, but some people just don't handle with care. You know? Miss Ray, what's your take on point?
She already made
Y'all
her take
said it
on point.
all.
Huh?
You said
Y'all said it all.
If you don't start with this key sweat voice.
I got some books. Since everybody said it all. So these are good, wholesome,
He
healthy books.
literally took me
Actually, I have
seriously.
one good, healthy book.
So let me just start my conversation by saying, I will just
Oh,
leave
you
it
This
at this,
listening?
baby.
book, Hush, is
Hold on, I'm
by.
gonna tell me my part. Let me tell my part.
You said
Okay, you
everybody
had
said it
you had
all.
a whole essay. Let me finish my sentence.
You ain't have the whole essay, the whole session.
Y'all asked me a question, I answered it.
No, sis,
I
go
will
ahead.
say this: the only thing that I will take away from that is that it is very important for people to have the ability to share their stories in whatever capacity there is. We got to quit taking it away from people. So my thing is, no, you can't control someone else, but if you know it's something you doing with somebody else that you may not want to see the light of day, you might want to rethink doing what you want to do, or find somebody that's willing to sign the NDA, because that's probably what would have solved all of this. Secondly, you can always tell a tree by the fruit that it bears. And in this situation, as I sit here and I look at this beautiful glowing woman, and I see her husband sitting across the table from him with a beard scruffy, his face looked a little puffy, and his eyes was all red like he'd been crying in the shower. Not very sure. And I'm looking at August Alsina. That's not good fruit. And for that reason, I would just urge everyone to really just take examine the relationships that they have and what they're fertilizing their trees with. Because if it's bad, your fruit gonna be rotten. So I think we just all need to make sure we're producing good fruit. Everybody around you should be flourishing if you're pouring into them. Now, I'm not. That's not to say it's your responsibility, but you shouldn't be the cause of anybody associated with you that as far as a downfall. I do not believe that, and that is all. Come on with the books.
I love this book. It is called Codependent No More, and it's by Melody Beatty. Is what I say, Beatty, and it's a self help codependency book. And when people think of codependency, it's like people have an inverted idea of what that means. It's like I'm dependent on Shalina to help me out of a situation, or Amber, or Elysia. But really, what it means is like you lose yourself trying to help others. And I feel that whenever, and I'm empathizing with Jada because I do understand what she was saying. She was just using it in a real twisted, fucked up type of way. But what she was saying was, I can't find happiness in somebody else. So she used this man as a project to find her own happiness. And in the end of it, she ended up losing herself. She caught herself. She knew that. She got back to what she knew, what was right, and what she actually wanted. But she was being very codependent on August. And unfortunately, the man was what was he? He was a pawn. He was a pawn in her game of chess. The queen was the last motherfucker standing, and she took all that shit out. She even took her king out. Period.
Shout out to all the women out there in the world. Though. I mean, we I saw a meme that said black women needed to we needed to see a black woman cheat on her man and be forgiven.
That's so damn toxic.
Yeah, I keep saying she cheated. I thought they was in an open relationship.
I'm gonna need for you to stop with the voices.
Got
God,
another book.
dang, let it
But
Finish
go.
no,
your
I
book.
don't. I don't believe that, guy. I don't think you should cheat. Okay, that's just me. Okay, don't cheat. Okay, uh, this is.
We can't see.
Just
There it
give
Uncle
us
goes.
the name.
Todd.
Everybody but
Relationship
Todd.
Goals by Ty. We already know that book.
But then that's just a book that goes along with it. It talks about being open and honest about your intentions
We don't
and
go
knowing your
to other
purpose.
people's book choices, okay, Miss Librarian.
She
Okay.
not,
And
Adanya,
I don't know the book. I've never even heard of it.
she not
Well,
even
you
letting
need
me
to
get
get
my
your
insight.
library game up.
You know, Adanya, if you and my mic just not. This is what I'd have did to you just now.
I hope you break that expensive ass mic since you want to play. I hope that shit shatters. And another one,
that's
Elise,
some
I read this one the other day, and it's like a super short story. It's the egg. Elysia, who wrote that?
Andy Weir. That is Andy Weir, and it is called The Egg.
I like that because it's just basically, to me, it spoke karma on so many levels. You will endure what you give off. You better be careful, cause baby, when it happened to Jada, I pray and hope that she is as strong as August is right now. And I do see him as strong. A lot of people say he's weak. I think he is so strong. And if I could see that man right now, I would give him a big hug
You'll
and a
get
pat on
entangled
his
too, ain't it?
back. Fuck no. No. He way too broken for me, sis. No way. No, sir. I don't want him. Okay? I will give him my car and we can have all kinds of psychotherapy sessions to the T. But, sir, no, sir. I'm not interested. You are way too far gone. Because the next woman he get in a relationship with, who? We Lord. That's going to be hard. That's going to be a hard situation. But I do applaud him because a lot of people can't come out and speak their truth and be 100% okay with what they say. Even though he is still heartbroken, he still said he would die for that woman. He
Yeah,
still loves her.
I wouldn't do all
That's
that.
crazy. That's crazy.
I ain't done.
But love is a crazy, unexplainable thing. And baby,
Okay,
oh
let's
Jada,
go to wrap this thing up. Who gonna do it?
we already wrapped it up for real. Bye.
You gotta tell me, dog. That's how you gonna speak to the audience. You are so
Okay,
disrespectful.
first thing, let me just throw this out here,
Selena was
y'all.
cool with it.
So, just so we all are socially conscious and aware, Breonna Taylor still has not gotten justice for what she had endured, and we need for you all to make sure that you all are calling and doing whatever it is you have to do. The number is 502 595-2300. That's 502-595-2300. It's taking far too long, and we just want to leave it at, it's going to be Breonna Taylor and Elijah McCain until we see some good come out of this, because this is ridiculous and it's been far too long. So remember to call your local person, Papa John's, even Pizza Hut, and order, your takeout, your carry-out special, and then tell them to arrest the officers that killed Breonna Taylor. The end.
All right,
what
Brown.
did pizza have to do with that? I'm confused.
I'm just saying, throw it on everything that you do.
Oh, I got you.
Everything. You go pay your
Got
light
the
bill, be
message.
like, arrest the police officers that killed Breonna Taylor. It is what it is. It's ridiculous.
All right, y'all. This was episode 4 of Brown Liquor. Let us know what y'all think. Shalina, y'all right now, Shalina mad at us, but we about to call her.
I'm not mad by no means because y'all have never seen me mad. So I'm not mad. I'm not upset, but I do have to go feed my child.
We do love you. I love all of y'all.
All right, see y'all later. We love y'all. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.